This week on Chicago Beer Pass, Nick and I are talking about our romp through Malt Row. We talk about Argus, Ike and Oak, and the Sox Park Fest. All that and more on this week's episode. Here we are, hitting up events, drinking our way through Chicago beer, and trying not to miss a thing.
Yeah, because, the cork popped out, boom, it flies like fucking 10 feet. We're like, yeah, let's do it.
All you have to do is add some fruit, stir it up, and ride that milkshake wave.
Whenever I see him, I gotta take a photo with the most decorated brewer in Chicago, Jonathan Cutler. It'll be like the stuff you hear. Every time you go to Floyd's, all the music sounds like this. Raw, raw, raw.
Sometimes you want a small beer, but really, you want a big beer.
You gotta take in all those big aromatic hops.
Hey, what are you doing this weekend? Waiting in line for a bottle release?
You should have never been a fad. The black IPA is delicious.
Hey, and welcome to Chicago Beer Pass. I'm Brad Chmielewski.
Hey, Brad, what's up, man? I'm Nick Way.
And a special guest joining us.
Yeah, man, maybe for the third time, man. We got Shalonda, Afro Beer Chicks in the building. What's going on?
Hey.
Welcome, yeah.
What's going on?
And then the episode kicked off with our new Open.
Ah, dude.
So first episode with the Open.
I'm jacked, man. We kind of forget because when me and Brad see each other, we kind of drink all the time. I'm like, Brad has an actual job, He fucking,
I don't just drink beer.
Yeah, man, that Open fucks, man. I'm excited. It's like a good minute long. It's like super animated. I don't know. I don't have a lot of words to describe it. It's dope. I'm very excited.
So if you are an audio listener, you should go check out the video version on YouTube.
Yeah, it's us. It's a refresh of our other Open.
Yeah.
Right?
So a couple of the same lines made it. Your Three Floyds line's still there. And
It's a classic.
the cork pop.
And the cork pop. Yeah. I didn't know how I felt about the Three Floyds line, but then I saw how everything else wrapped with it, and I was like, yeah, man.
It works, yeah.
It's fucking works. It's not about me. It's not about me.
Yeah. So it feels good to have that done and a little update, especially we're coming up on 6 years of Beer Pass.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
crazy.
6 years.
A little long in the tooth, as they say.
End of this month, we started the show.
Old ass.
You guys should have had an anniversary party.
Yeah.
Still time. There's like 2 weeks.
Swedish models and blow. No, wait.
A boats, nose, or hookers. I don't know. That's usually your thing.
So yeah, 6 years, we finally update the Open.
Better late than never, man.
Sure. Cool. Well, yeah, we got a lot to talk about, but we're also drinking some new beer from Revolution.
Right on, man. So this is a Hero.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Hazy IPA. This is Hazy Hero, Brad.
Right. The old heroes are dead.
Man.
And out of the ashes or out of the haze has come Hazy Hero.
6-pack?
6-pack, yeah.
Right on. 6-pack, 12-ounce cans from the good folks at Rev. It sure as fuck is hazy.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty light. It has that juicy, fruity flavor, but doesn't have the lactose burn or overly sweet. So it's nice.
Or overly juicy. You can still taste the hops in the beer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you have some hazy that's too juicy. You can tell they just poured a ton of orange juice or something into it. So
some of these breweries, you go to the restroom and you see actual jugs of orange juice on the way to the
too.
restroom. This is kept in check. It's hazy
beer.
in visuals, it's hazy in taste, but it's kept in check. It's still beer. Mm-hmm. I'm on board with this shit, Brad.
Yeah, so they sent over this 6-pack to us. So
right
it was
on.
pretty nice of them.
Cheers to the revolution, man.
Cheers, Revolution.
Kedzie and in the pub on Milwaukee too.
Now if we can just get some of the
VSOJ?
yeah.
VSOJ with cherries, 10-year beer.
Teasing us with this hero. It's good, but we know what you got.
It's typical us, man.
This isn't good enough.
Give us the inch, man. We want the whole mile.
Nice. Cool. All right, let's get into it. We can't go an hour again. It's going to happen.
I don't know, man.
We did a lot.
All bets are off, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do we start? I think this is our first romp together. We hit 3 breweries on a Friday night. Mm-hmm. So we hit Malt Row. Do we start there?
Yeah, that's probably the best place to go.
All right, we start there. Malt Row.
Friday the 663.
Right.
From Beguile got released.
Right. So not to be confused with the Batch 500, which was also an English barley wine.
Right. So we now have a bottle of 500 and 663. So
663. They could have just waited for 666, no?
guess. But if 500 was 5 years, that's, I don't know how many batches they're doing. Like, it does it only 100 and something batches.
So this is year 7 for Beguile.
Yeah.
Yeah. All they do is make good beer.
Yeah.
We talk about this all the time. We were talking about this today.
Yeah.
Beguile's got a strange happening going where, like, they're in every Whole Foods. That's my favorite story from them. Like, when Whole Foods expanded, they tapped Beguile to have a special beer in every Whole Foods.
Yeah.
And then when it's time for, like, the chef from, like, the Four Seasons to go start his own place, they tap Beguile for the beer. Like, you know, they got their own rhythm, and it's very nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But this event was, like, chill. I've gone for flannel pajamas, like, 12 different variants of that or whatever, and that is, like, packed. Like, there's so many dogs, and this was quiet.
It's always lick your dog in the mouth night at Beguile. Every night.
Oh my gosh.
You know, Batch 663 had 4 variants this year: vanilla, cinnamon, coffee, and the old fashioned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had a flight.
Right.
Of them all.
Yeah.
I just went old fashioned.
You went old fashioned and OG. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like their system where you can, you can order up front, and they walk you to the back, and you check out in the back. That's cool. Yeah. So I wasn't sure about these till they started to warm up. Mm-hmm. Right. Then I started to really vibe. It's barley wine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 663 was good.
I like the OG the best.
Yeah. 663 was good. My second favorite might have been, I don't know. At first I thought it was the old fashioned, but then I think it's a tie between like the vanilla and the old fashioned.
Okay.
The way that vanilla opened up, I really do. Old fashioned is great because it tastes like just like the cocktail, but it wasn't necessarily like a great barley wine. If that makes sense.
Right. It wasn't showcasing the barley wine.
Right. But it was delicious. It was like either one or two. Yeah. So those are my two. Like 3. 663 the OG, old fashioned, and vanilla.
Yeah, and then we tried one of their new hazes that was out. Mm-hmm. It was just okay. I think I would have rather had a sunny afternoon or something like that.
Yeah. But they're clutch for those approachable styles all across the board. Yeah. And there's something to be said about that because, that gets lost. Like, hey, let's just make a good, clean, approachable beer all year long, regardless of style. Mm-hmm. Right? Beguile does that very well. Yeah. Yeah.
But there was plenty of 663 bottles. If you missed the event, you need to go back and get them. There's still flannel pajamas there. I don't know. They make a lot of beer. It's there.
When was the last time you've been to Beguile?
Maybe a few months ago. I think when I posted a story on it. So yeah. Other than that, it's actually my first time actually been to Beguile to sit there and actually try the beers. Yeah. Other than that, it's kind of like in and out.
They brew for Saint Laurent brews there as well.
Right.
Yeah, I like those guys. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But they didn't have any of those cans, those little cans there.
We didn't show up at fucking.
Oh, the little stout cans.
The little cans.
Yeah.
I like those cans because it keeps you from wasting a whole bottle of beer.
That's true.
Yeah. They were probably out because we didn't show up at noon, Brad.
I guess you were there earlier than me. I got there.
That day.
No, they weren't selling any Saint Laurent beer. It was the anniversary party for Beguile with the launch of the barley wine. Okay. The English barley wine. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's where it started, and then scooted on up to.
Not scooted, just walked.
Just walked.
Yeah.
Just a block.
Scooted, walked.
We didn't take scooters.
Walked on up to the Dovetail.
Yeah.
Man. Super underrated space. I kind of dig that place. I dig their beer.
Yeah, I had the Feist beer. I asked for a small one.
Yeah.
They gave me a big one.
Yeah, they're like, here's your small beer. You're getting the whole goddamn.
You're going to get this big-ass beer. You're going to drink it.
You're getting the Das Boot. And I heard that Das Boot's not really how you say it. I've been seeing that lately.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How do you actually say it then?
Fuck. I should have wrote that down. I got this note.
Oh, you're a sleepy Nick.
But I didn't realize it was a small one until I saw someone else who had a little version. I was like,
actual small one.
Damn it, this is not going to go well for me tonight.
But how was it though?
Oh, it was great. It was their their Oktoberfest. We were drinking around the bend earlier in the week.
Yeah, on the show last week.
And so that one had some other ingredients in it. So it was nice to have an Oktoberfest that was just showcasing the lager.
It's crisp. It's enjoyable. And theirs, I want to say lagers from March until it comes out, which March to September-ish. Uh-huh. Yeah. So dangerously, approachable, smooth, round. Yeah. Fun beer.
But you went Creek.
I'm like, bring on the Creek, man.
But you didn't want to pay for the really like the 2-year-old one. You're like,
You know,
all right, give me.
Remember, we went to where did we go? We went to Square Roots up in Lincoln Square.
I remember that.
And they were pouring the creek, and it was a Sunday.
Wait, they were. I thought it was just straight Lagunitas.
No, it was Lagunitas and Dovetail was there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I poured the creek, and you're like, I can't. This isn't my jam. It just tastes like syrup. This tastes like cough syrup. And I was like, I don't know, man.
So wait, you just gonna put me on blast on a show like that?
Everybody tastes different things, so
Yeah.
that's okay, right? That's okay.
You know what? In all fairness, I think I need to do a retaste just to make sure that the first assessment was right.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it could have been I had an off tasting day or something.
Tasting day, she said.
Off tasting.
That
That's what
happens.
that's what the kids are calling it these
I
days.
mean,
right?
that's what it does happen because one day you may have something like a cold or something, and you may drink a beer and it's like an off day, and you turn around and taste it again and maybe actually good. Who knows?
Usually mine are. I've had 5 beers. This beer is great, and I revisit that beer sucked.
Yeah. See, an off tasting day. That's a real thing.
You're like, man, I like this beer at one point. Why would I ever say I like this beer?
I gave it 5 stars on Untapped. What was I thinking?
I mean, I used to like Miller Lite, so again, I used to have an off tasting decade.
Man, the whole Miller Lite. It's a fun can though. I like the can. So I went with the Creek.
Yeah.
I'm like, bring on the Creek. The Creek came in a fancy cup. Give me the fancy cup. Let's fucking do it.
That's really why you like the beer, because it comes in a
fancy ass cup.
If it comes, it could be a crappy beer, and if it comes in a fancy cup, he's gonna like it.
Makes for good Instagram.
Man,
that's the whole
cherry's popping. It's cherry pops. But yeah, it can some cherry can lean medicinal though. So,
Yeah.
But this I thought kind of just was really very forward with fresh tart berry.
Now I remember saying it tastes like Robitussin.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I don't want to taste it again.
Yeah. So then like for me, like I'm excited that profile of tart wow flavors is also considered beer along with all the other beer flavors that we mostly drink all year.
Yeah.
So.
And then we were feeling pretty good after that.
Man.
Because we went up to Bill, one of the owners / brewmasters there.
The one with the beard. There's
Bald.
two.
He's bald.
Yeah, they're both bald.
They're both bald.
One's got a beard.
Yeah.
One doesn't. Yeah.
We said the wrong name.
Yeah. He's like, no, I'm the other guy. We're like, hey, man,
Sorry.
we're sauced.
Yeah. Talked to him for a minute. He didn't seem that enthused. But we were feeling good. And we just said, what's up?
Yeah.
Told him, tasty beers. And then we went upstairs.
Dude, I love your shit.
Yeah.
He's like, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, no, I wanted to know because, like,
Oh, yeah. You asked something about the Creek,
about Creek 19 versus Creek 18. And I'm like, was the cherries different? Is the process different? Because Creek 19 was like pronounced with like very tart, and Creek 18 I thought had a little more playfulness with like sweet and tart.
Okay.
So I'm like, he's like, no, exact same process, but the barrel does this thing. The barrel decides what it's going to taste like. Is kind of what he was saying. And then also that led to a conversation about how they don't get fresh oak barrels at all. They get barrels from Koval. They get barrels from Rev after Rev dumps for their Deepwood series.
Yeah.
And then it's like, we don't care what you did with this barrel. Just give it to us because we're just going to rinse it anyway because we just want the neutral profile. We don't want any flavors from whatever it held. We just want a neutral barrel, but they get all used barrels and do that. Mm-hmm. So
Okay.
It was cool.
Yeah, and then we went upstairs and saw all those
I
barrels.
was like, holy fuck, man.
There was a lot of barrels up there. I've never been upstairs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I went to there was an art show up there. It's like an open house art thing.
Okay.
Once, and it was not as filled. But yeah, you go upstairs, and then there's like somebody's having a birthday up there.
Yeah, we crashed someone's birthday.
We crashed someone's birthday. We're like, hey, happy birthday. And then there's a whole nother bar up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I dig their space, man.
Yeah. We just had the one beer, though. It took us a while, and I don't know, those barley wines were like they like hit us.
Yeah, but it's Friday night. I was feeling all right.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, fuck it, man. Let's go to fucking, let's make it a three. Let's make it a 3-way.
Right. So we were like, Malt Row, where's the next brewery?
Right, because Dovetail and Beguile are a block apart.
Right, and the Brouillard where Goose and all those places are.
Chicago Brewing District.
They're like right there, and we're like, man, the next spot is kind of far. Like you either go Half Acre or you go all the way to, I guess, Band of Bohemia.
Yeah,
would be next.
It used to be Metro, but then they left. But I don't think Metro had an open space to the public.
Well,
right?
Urban Renewal.
Urban Renewal, same thing though.
But that's far down
That's true.
there.
It's not. It's more of a cab
It's
ride.
not in the same area.
It's not a. It's not. I wouldn't call that a walk. After
It's
two
not a
breweries,
walk,
it's not a
no.
walk.
Or you guys just saying because you guys
That's
are feeling
like-
lovely.
That's like 1.2.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's,
wow.
It's pretty
Right.
far. It's
Like,
I
it's
thought it was
not-
like all right there.
It's not connected.
yeah. That's what we were trying to like. Malt Row.
It's loose.
is-
It's a loosely connected. Loose.
Okay, Urban Renewal, you should be in Malt Row on like close to everything.
But then like Empirical counts as Malt Row sometimes. Even
We're just on
Spite-
fucking
all the way to Spiteful.
Foster. We're Foster. So here we are starting at Montrose,
Yeah.
around the corner from Fountainhead.
This is not. You don't walk from Montrose to
You don't-
Foster.
you
so at that point,
don't.
you should just say screw everything and just go to Half Acre and Spiteful.
Right, if you go all the way that way. But we went to Half Acre Lincoln.
The OG,
Okay.
At that point, we needed food too.
the
OG
original
Yeah.
half acre. So we're all in the fucking, sitting down, having some food.
But
It
first,
was
we hit up
cool.
the tasting room.
The
And,
tasting room was actually cool, just as cool as sitting down having food.
right, because we tried the Laurel Hut.
Yeah, so Laurel Hut is one of their Wild Cove beers, and it was modeled after a dark wine.
And we had a dessert sour.
Yeah, it was called Guest House. So it was an imperial sour with lactose.
But they were calling
beer.
it dessert sour,
They were
right?
calling it a dessert imperial sour.
So
beer.
apparently that's a thing now. We'll touch on that later, but that's the actual
Oh,
thing
no,
now.
Half Acre is making up names. They also had Black Kolsch. Or, what do you mean Kolsch? I was like, that's not, no.
This just
They're
said-
making up a whole new line
Yeah.
of beers, so when
Half Acre sees it and they're like, "Yeah, it's time to be. We're poets, so here we go." Yeah, it's a Baltic Porter. However, we're calling it an evening Kolsch.
next thing you're gonna
Yeah.
see is a goldenish IPA. I mean, I'll go there.
Well, look at Floyd's. We were looking at the Floyd's list at a bar in the South Burbs, and it's like, "Oh yeah, we got this kettle sour IPA." I'm like, "No, you don't. You got a kettle sour that you have to fuck out of. It's a kettle
Yeah.
sour. You call it that." But everybody
Yeah, we're getting loose with the names.
artist
on all this.
interpretation, man. Yeah.
So I was very disappointed with my evening Kolsch. Like,
Right. Because I'm with him. I'm like, yo, this Kolsch sounds delicious because it's 3.9.
I was like, this is what I need.
it's the third stop, and you're like, bring on the fucking Kolsch. Bring on the Kolsch and some fucking.
But it
food,
actually
and
did
that's
what it was supposed. It was a light beer or like light in alcohol, and I didn't like it, so I didn't finish it, which was good for the night.
Okay.
Like I was
Wow.
like, yeah.
Yeah. So it's interesting. Like they're very aggressive with their wild program. Like they got 3 different swim lanes for it, and then there's like this dessert thing where there's full on lacto added, and then there's this other lane where they're just like they're taking like second use puree, and then putting that in wine barrels, right? And then like they got a lot of different moves in the sour space. Yeah. So, but that was fun. Like just catching up with them. We love those guys. And then you were there the next night.
Yeah. The next day was the hot dog event.
Brad gets it in. I follow Brad on Twitter, and it's like, damn, Brad, you are all over the place now.
Yeah. So I was on our Malt Row thing. I was biking the whole time. So I biked all the way home from Lincoln, and then I was like, all right, next day I biked all the way from Wicker Park to the Balmoral
Wow.
spot.
Because people listen to this show, and me and Brad are having a talk, and Brad's like, I might jog 5 miles a day.
Yeah.
Like it's no big deal. We just got very casual about it. So like people,
I think
regular people don't do that.
I think I ran 4 miles, and then I biked all the way from Wicker Park to Balmoral.
So trust me, when you post your jogging on Instagram,
Yeah.
I hear about it at work.
Oh,
because soon I shit you not, I'm dead serious. I have guys at work that when we sit into in the room, the first thing they hear is Chicago Go Big Pass. Oh my God, Brad jogged 5 miles or Brad jogged 4. I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'm not jogging a mile. Great for Brad. I love him to death, but guess what? I'm not jogging.
And I do it like almost every day, and I
See?
don't post about it.
Oh my
so
gosh.
just some days I'll post about it.
And when you do post about it, I hear about it.
brave
And if
soul.
it happens over the weekend, I hear it on Monday or
nice.
Tuesday.
Okay.
So I'm sure I hear about it tomorrow.
I'm more of a power walker myself.
Okay.
I get a mean power walk in.
But this is from Wicker Park to Balmoral. That's a ride. I think it's 8 miles.
That's, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the last brewery in civilization is Balmoral.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, that's what I'm doing. 11.
Yeah, I mean, you can go west to Alarmist, but if you're going north, kind of east like that, like.
Well, what about Corridor?
Right, that's way further north than Corridor. You know, Corridor's more like
right down Belmont here.
Corridor's more like Addison.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay.
This is like Balmoral, like a little further north.
I mean, okay, forgive me. I've had 1 whiskey and 8 beers.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. Yeah, it's been a bit of a romp today.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, a little bit of a romp.
So I went there. I got there 11 because this hot dog thing. I was like, I gotta get there early because these shirts might sell out. And I'm rocking the shirt.
I
so
mean,
if you're watching the video.
This shirt's legit as fuck,
All
y'all.
right,
I'm
let's
trying
go.
to tell you. I'm like, that's the first thing I noticed when I walked in. I'm like, fuck, he got the shirt.
The first thing I seen was I don't know who posted the pic of Brad taking a pic of a beer and a hot
that
dog.
was John.
A beer man. Former guest on the show.
Yeah.
Cheers to him, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I got there. There's a line, like right away, and I'm like, also I had no idea what was happening because I didn't know what to expect from this. I thought it was gonna be, after going to like Big North where it takes over the whole parking lot. It's this huge thing. Oh, hot dog thing on the patio.
You're like, no big deal.
Yeah.
Right. Wrong.
This was like tiny, and there was like one person, 2 people doing merch, one person ringing it up, another person like getting the things. There's a line wrapped all around the patio, and I was like, all right, I guess I can get in line for this. I don't know what I'm in line for, really. I was like, I don't know what's up there, but I'm gonna stand in line. And it's not the beer line because they went past the beer line. I was like, okay. So I stand in this line for 30 minutes to get a shirt. You can only get 1 shirt at a time, 1 of each color if you want it. There was like the.
So you're rocking the blue, like a lighter blue.
There was the gray one that
It's like
had
Vienna beef blue.
Yeah, but then there was the Vienna beef like V that said half acre.
Like yellow? Was it yellow?
No, it was gray.
Okay.
But I was like, the blue one's where it's at.
Yeah, it's the same blue in the Vienna beef logo.
Yeah.
I'm digging that.
So I was like, let me get 2 because, Nick wanted
Yeah,
one.
I want
so
a shirt, man.
And they're like, we can't do that.
Man, I want a shirt, man.
But they also had, if you were there, they had some sexy glasses with the
Ooh.
With that logo?
with that logo, those Creek glasses.
The
You know what?
Teku joints?
Yeah.
That's probably good. He doesn't need any more glasses.
I'm not.
It's so many glasses. It's ridiculous.
I was thinking, should I
Chicago,
text?
I'm not here to be told
Should I text
what I need and what
Nick?
I don't need.
Does he need some glasses?
Intervention.
I was like, I don't have any way to take these home safely. All right, so 30 minutes, I get my shirt.
Yeah.
Then I get in the hot dog line, which they were giving free hot dogs away, which the hot dog line started kind of right where the merch line ended. So I was like, okay, I have a hot dog now. I was like, okay, I'll get in the beer line. Got a beer. I got the Kari Shogun. And it was like 3 hours of this whole thing to get a shirt and a hot dog and a beer.
Damn.
Like, I don't.
You're a little spent at this point.
I'm just like, this was cool, but it needs to be better. Like, I don't think they knew how many people were going to come out. And then they were taking names later in the evening or later in the afternoon. Like, they ran out of shirts.
Okay.
So they were taking lists to do, like, a new print and then email people, like, come and pick up your shirts, whatever, they're $30 or whatever.
Yeah.
So, in your opinion, which one was easier to navigate through, the hot dog event or Big North? Because Big North was crazy. I didn't even see you guys.
No, yeah. I would say Big North just because there was a lot happening. The hot dog thing was, you were strictly there to get a shirt, to get merch. And Half Acre, there's a lot of kids that like to hang out in this patio because there's lots of families over there. So there's kids running all over the place, getting hot dogs. It's just like crazy where it's like, I just want a shirt.
I have a
And-
suggestion on that. When you having a big event like that, then maybe make it no kids and no dogs allowed.
But kids love hot dogs.
I mean, I get that. But if it's already crowded. And mind you, before anybody
like
jumps on my case, this is me talking as a parent of 2. So I wouldn't even bring my
I just don't think they realized
Yeah.
the appeal for a shirt with Half Acre written in mustard.
I'm all
like,
about-
it's kind of like, no, not that many people should have came out for this. Like, but the love for Half Acre.
I'm all about kids. It's 5, 6 o'clock rolls around. Get these kids the fuck out of here. Right? And that end of story. End of statement. That's it. Right.
No.
But yeah, kids are fine up to a
I've
certain
seen him
point.
trip out about kids before 2 o'clock.
Like we're leaving. We're leaving. Oh, a little bit about Chicago hot dog. Talk about that, man. There's fucking mustard, tomato.
No ketchup.
No fucking ketchup
Because
ever.
it's Chicago.
A little pickle,
Celery salt.
Celery salt, and the little sport peppers. Right?
Although, I don't see the Chicago-style hot dog bun on there.
Oh, with the poppy seed. That's
yes.
true. That's true. Yeah. There's no poppy seed. Good call. But to be fair, like there's a lot of like out of towners. There's a lot of folks that are living from the burbs that are in the city now, and they're like, "Fuck you, we put ketchup on a dog." You don't put ketchup on a dog because it throws the flavor off of all the other things. It's a hot dog through this garden of ingredients, and you can taste every ingredient, every bite. Yeah. You put the ketchup on it, it blows everything away. All you taste is the fucking ketchup. Yeah. So just a friendly reminder for you fucks. That
no ketchup on a Chicago hot dog.
That's all. Sorry.
But it was cool. Hopefully they do it again and maybe, I don't know, either have 2 merch things or the merch is like somewhere else. But it was neat. I'm sure they'll do it again because they sold a lot of shirts.
Groovy, man. The mighty Half-Acre Beer Company.
And then Akari Shogun, I had that. It is different.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be this light, crisp wheat ale.
Right.
It's a haze.
Oh, wow.
Wheat thing now. It's weird.
It's evolved.
Oh, wow.
But pantsless at Alarmist used to taste just like Alpha King, and that's why I dug it. All these different hops, all these different malts.
Now it's kind of a hazy.
And now it's just got a hazy riff now.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's the world we live in, I guess, right?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
So yeah, back-to-back half acres for me.
Right on.
And nope. While I was at that, you were on the other side of the city.
Yeah, man. 35th of Shields, man. Chicago White Sox baseball club.
Yeah, I stay on this side of Roosevelt most of the time.
And I'm like, yeah, we're gonna end up south before the 7th-day run is up. We're gonna end up south at some point. Yeah, so I'm at ChiSox Beer Fest, man. Cheers to Josh Riley. I ran with him the whole time, and then you're in the line, you're waiting to get in through the players' entrance. So I'm like walking through the bowels of this building.
This had to be legit for you, right? You're like,
you ever been this way?
Like a kid at Christmas.
Dude. So I'm like, you ever been this way? I'm like, nope. So you know me, I'm just stopping I got sandals on, I'm taking pictures like every fucking 20 feet, right? And then we walk through the way the players walk through. And the sun opens up, and then you see the fireworks skyboard, the scoreboard.
Did you rock your multiple shirts? I told you to layer them so you could switch every hour.
Man, and it was like, I gotta post this because I'm like, Brad thinks I'm not gonna fucking do this. I'm fucking doing it, So yeah, we gotta post that. It was very fun.
Oh, you did?
Very fun all around. Very fun all around the park. It's cool. And then I sit in the dugout. So me and Josh Riley are in the dugout, and then the PR guy from the Sox is taking pics and shit. And then after that, the party doesn't start for like 2 more hours.
Right.
So I'm like, I don't know, we can leave. Like, I'm done.
In true Sox fashion, Nick shows up.
You don't come in and get what you need, and I'm done.
I got my stuff. I got my pictures. I'm out.
I'm like, shit, I sat in the same dugout. They won the World Series in this fucking dugout. I'm done. We can leave,
Okay.
But
so you left? You didn't even stay for the fest?
So then we go up in the fan deck, which is dead on 400 feet center field and on the 2nd level.
Okay.
And we hang out for an hour, and then we enjoy the fest.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's 2 breweries up there. There's 18th Street and Collective Arts, and everyone else is downstairs on the concourse. So at Sox Park, the outfield, there's bleachers in the outfield, and behind the bleachers is this concourse with a bunch of statues and shit, and the fireworks scoreboard.
Okay.
So that's where the party was, just on the concourse. So it was like 30 or so breweries. So it had this really weird thing where, we were talking in the pregame, how whoever the distributor is told them you can't pour your own beer, and then everyone's there and they're excited to pour their beer and they can't because the Sox. It's not like Wrigley where I think I could be wrong. I feel like the Cubs own that place, so that's where there's so many concerts and shit there. There's Billy Joel and Jimmy Buffett and Pearl Jam and everybody, right?
Yeah.
They party every weekend, but this is the first big party at Sox Park.
Okay.
So I'm thinking maybe because the Sox are they rent that space from the state. So so it's a little bit different. So it was a little restrictive, right?
Okay.
I love seeing the red Solo cups.
Wait, no, hold on. Let me correct you on that. Remember when we went to another beer, a craft beer event there, and they were pouring their own beers at that point in time when we met with Mark McDermott?
That was a game.
Yeah, it was a game, but yet the brewers were pouring their own beers at that time.
At the game?
At the event that we were at. First it was the event, and then it was the game.
Oh, we were upstairs.
Yes, the brewers were pouring their own beers, and then we went to the game later. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
there was a party. There was a beer festival upstairs, and everyone was pouring their beers 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then this year it was a little different. This year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't understand that part at all.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
And that was just last year, actually.
the brewers were cool with it because they're like, cool, I ain't got to pour my
I don't
own
have
beer.
to do anything.
Sure.
We good.
They're just hanging out. They're here now, yakking it up with us. You know?
Yeah, but I like going to events where the brewers are doing stuff rather than volunteers because people have questions. Or you want to just know, like, hey, do you brew this beer? And volunteers are like, no, here you go. Like, there's, like, I
Take
just
a
have
beer
this.
and go.
Tell me about it. I don't know. I'm just pouring it. So there's a little less, I don't know, interaction that happens because if you like something or don't like something, you have no way to get feedback on that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that was the first thing I noticed was like, man, you know, like we went to Chance the Rapper concert there.
I remember that. It was so much fun.
It was like the Chance the Rapper concert is like probably the biggest event in that building, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then before that, the biggest concert before that was like, you know, the Jacksons in the 80s, Aerosmith
I thought it was
in the 80s, right? And so we're like, dude, here we are. There's parking. There's concourse. Like, why are there not more non-baseball events in this space? Whether it was this space or the space across the street, the old Comiskey.
Yeah.
Why are there not more parties here? That's the first thing me and Josh noticed. And we were going to talk to the guy about that, but then we started drinking it.
You forgot.
I found out because not everybody wants to pay for insurance for the grass. So you have events, and then they want to be able to get on the grass. Now, there's a lot of insurance and money that has to go into redoing that grass.
They were big on not stepping on the grass.
Right,
They
so a
were
lot
big
of
on
people
that.
don't want to pay for that. So when Chance is the event, if you notice, the concert was actually on the grass, so he paid for that.
Yeah.
But not everybody wants to do that. So I did find that out.
Interesting. Okay.
So, but yeah. And the point I was making was like, it's a killer space.
Yeah.
It's a killer space all across the board, especially when the Sox were out of town. They were doing damage in Seattle. I'm like, dude, we should be doing this shit, like, at least. Like Ravinia or like Revolution, where they have a contract where they party 6 times a year.
Mm-hmm.
We should be doing that there. Yeah. So, this was a good party.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. I think a lot of the guys, they kept it like South specific, I want to say. Not specific, but there was an emphasis on South. So like Rabbit Brewing in Homewood, 18th Street out in Hammond. There was I saw the Horse Thief Hollow.
Okay.
Horse Thief Hollow, who the brewmaster left, but he happened to be in town, so he was there.
Well, there was also another event, a Northside event happening, or somewhere else, because like Alarmist was pouring that Spicy Boy.
I think they were at the last Friday Night Flights.
Oh, that was Friday Night Flights on
Across the street
Friday.
from Merchandise Mart, right on the river.
Okay, I
It
thought
was closed out the
Okay, I
season.
was wondering if that was the same day, but that was Friday.
That was Friday, and then the next day. So yeah, this was a party and a half. They got a gigantic scoreboard in the middle, so every 2 seconds, a different brewery's their logo would flash.
Yeah, I think every brewery posted their logo on the board at some point on Instagram.
We kind of drove home the point that, you know, even off season, like even in October, we're not playing playoff baseball. Even in October, we could party there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's an underused space, and this was like a reinforced that idea.
Cool.
So good time.
Nice.
A good time. Yeah.
And then you rolled to Riot Fest
You know?
afterwards.
Man.
Dude, so you know, we're on the hunt for this fucking Malort
Coffee.
coffee liqueur. You know, no alcohol in the liqueur, by the way.
Right. I stopped
Not
at
cool. Not cool, Brad.
I stopped at 2 Dark Matters after the hot dog thing
Yeah.
looking for this. And they were like, no, we don't have it.
Let me tell you. So when we get to Riot Fest, okay. Now I haven't seen this outside of Nick. So we get to Riot Fest, right? So the first thing he wants to do, we have
funny.
to
We've been to,
find
like,
this
3 things
Malort. So we're on the hunt for a beverage with no alcohol in it. And mind you, this is like a little mini Lollapalooza. So it's a lot of freaking people out there.
There's an 8 ounce can of coffee.
So it's like
Cold coffee.
six stations that's classified as bars. We go around the stations that's not even classified as bars, and finally, hey, let's look. He decides, let's look at the map, and then we see Dark Matter. So finally, we find it
I'm in Indiana Jones
right
mode.
before Wu-Tang comes on.
I have my fisherman hat too, man. My shit was nice.
Yeah. So we go over there, and we finally get it. And guess what? They're freaking sold out. They have none.
He's like, try the Black Splash because that's the base coffee that's in the Malort.
And you're like, I've had it. I don't care.
I'm like, damn.
I was like, fuck it, here, take it, take my money.
We've gone through a
And I was gonna
sea
take
of
a pic,
people.
and I'm like, fuck it, I'll just take. Because now at this point, I'm at Fest 2 in one day. I'm like,
Yeah.
I just need some coffee.
Okay.
But no black, no Malort.
We've gone through a sea of people only for it to be gone.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was disappointed that I didn't get it that day.
Yeah, because
And
you posted a pic of like a ton of not like a few cans.
the Anthrax one, the Descendants one, and the Rise Against, I think. Yeah, and then like the standard one.
Yeah. Anthrax, when they took the stage, they wore all black and red Chicago Bulls jerseys.
Fun.
Like Tony Kukoc and Dennis Rodman and Steve Kerr. That was pretty cool. They didn't rock the black jersey, red letters, but they didn't rock the ones that had the little red pinstripes on them, because that's the one we won the title in 96, 97. They didn't wear those.
Okay.
Sorry. That's my tangent. All right. I digress. All right. But yeah. Riot Fest was cool.
Did you try the Goose beer?
It was gone.
Oh.
Riot Fest sucks.
Which one?
The one with
The tall boy, right?
Oh, I had that
With
at Goose
the-
Island.
You had it at Goose
I
Island.
had it at Goose
Okay,
Island.
the
So
one with
shall-
the
yeah.
schedule on it, right?
Yeah. Great idea, by the way.
That's cool. Yeah.
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 So Shalonda went to Goose Island that week on a Thursday.
Yeah.
Right. She had a meeting with Goose. They're talking about maybe some documentary stuff, maybe an event series kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So you had it there,
I had
and then
that.
you had some kind of apple wood.
Oh
wheat
man, let me tell you about this beer.
wine. Yeah.
It was it's called Applewood. It was a wheat wine. It's 15.2%. Okay. So this was on the tasting deck. So this
the brewing-
beer,
the brewing
I had-
deck,
Tap
the
deck.
deck.
the tap deck, yeah. So I had like two or three, whatever. I got lost count.
Couple 2 tree.
I know I had two, but anyway, the beer was so good. So my question was, I said, hey, is this going to be in the series for this year? No, you already had that wrapped up. They need to bottle this. This is so good.
Reminded me of remember we had the Moody Tongue. It was a Applewood.
Oh yeah.
And we were like, I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only time I've heard of Applewood in a beer. I imagine that would play well in the style. And Applewood's a type.
But this was a wheat wine.
Yeah.
This was a wheat wine, and it was so freaking good. Like, why are y'all slipping? Let's bottle this up and get it out there.
So Applewood wheat wine is a thing, which I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know about that.
So, yeah. Oh, at Riot Fest, the All Rise crew was there. They had a gigantic version of their logo, and then they had all their beers.
Okay.
And then there's the Goose tent, and the Goose tent and the cocktail tent are all one tent.
Okay.
And then that's your selection for booze.
So All Rise or Goose.
Yeah, All Rise or Goose. Yeah. So Goose had Bud Light, Riot Fest sucks, and then like 1 or 2 more beers.
Okay.
Like Old Man Grumpy or the
Yeah.
IPA and the
On those,
19.2
okay.
and shit like that.
Makes sense.
I think we rolled with the fucking cocktail. There was
Yeah, we did with the bourbon cocktails.
Yeah, you could go Deep Eddy vodka cocktail, or you could go whiskey cocktail.
All right.
So just roll with that. The old boy Josh Riley was there. Spent like the entire fest looking for his fucking ass. Right? I'm like,
Where's Josh?
I'm like, dude, I'm at 9%. Shout out to Lagunitas. That place is like 2 blocks away. So started there. Got to see the crew.
Oh, you went there too?
Yeah, that's where we
Damn,
started.
man.
Was waiting on Shalana to get there. So we're like, well, dude, let's go get a pint at Lagunitas. So I ended up with a barrel aged
I didn't see a picture there.
slipping.
They were lush by the time I got to them. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I think that's the best kept secret in the city.
Lagunitas?
Yes. Because so we did today, and we went to Argus, right? And then but if you ever ditch work and go to Lagunitas, they're closed on Mondays for nonprofits, but Tuesday through Friday, when you do their tour, it starts in their lower level bar, and then they pour you beer for like 60 fucking minutes.
Oh, okay.
And then they give you a half-hour tour.
We should go there
Like,
too. Oh, I'm so sorry. We should go there too.
they take care of you.
Nice.
Yeah. So cheers to those guys.
While you were at Riot Fest, I was out in the burbs and went to Ike and Oak.
Ike and Oak. I've never heard of this. You're making this up.
I had never heard of it either. We were looking for a spot to go to for dinner, and it came up. I was like, let's see what this is about.
This show is flowing right now. I just want you to know that.
How was
This
it?
show is fucking flowing.
Ike and Oak was awesome. Like this, when I went to Open Outcry for the first time, I was like,
Yeah, I can oak.
this place is amazing. Like Open Outcry. because it's designed. It looked different. Like Chicago bars and brew pubs are made for like the winter. Like they look cool in the winter. They're like cozy and lots of wood and dark. But that's not what you want in the summer, so it kind of feels out of place. So Open Outcry like feels very welcoming. It's bright in there. And then Ike and Oak, it looked like people went to Denver or Portland and was like, hey, we like this. And they transported that theme. It's huge, open. Everything's very like the seats are like thin metal. I don't know. It's just nicely put together, like really nice put together.
Woodridge, if I'm not mistaken, two things about Woodridge. No, PBR used to be based in Woodridge.
Oh, really?
Before they moved to LA. But then also Woodridge kind of sits like between like Bolingbrook and Naperville, I believe.
Yeah.
Like deep west south burbs.
Yeah, so it's kind of in between some of those like the Whiskey Hills and the...
Which is the largest park now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the stuff in Naperville, like the Solemn Oaths and things. So it's like right in between all that. So it's in a weird spot.
Yeah. So you're taking 290. You pass the West Side. You pass Oak Park.
Oak
you
Brook,
pass
yeah,
Oak Brook and Lissell.
Then you kind of get off Lyle.
Yeah. Then you pass to Mortem Arboretum.
Yeah.
Now you're in Naperville. And then once you get past that,
Well, you would have hit Woodridge before.
you hit Woodridge right before that?
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, the brewmaster there, the former brewmaster at Beta Brow. So he started.
Oh, shit.
He started at Two Brothers.
Fuck a duck.
Then went to Lagunitas. And then was Beta Brow.
Yeah.
And now he's at Ike and Oak.
That's wild, man.
And these beers are good.
Yeah.
Like they are just surprisingly awesome beers.
That is my goal next. It's like you can only hit Chicago breweries so many times. It's time for me to start venturing out and hit the suburbs that you really would even go to. It's almost like, hey, let's go to Milwaukee and drink beers. Let's go to some of these Chicagoland breweries and hit breweries as well.
Yeah, man. Once you Chicago has like 60, 65 breweries. Once you expand to the burbs, now we're over 100, right? And that's like, yeah, to your point, like Chicago is like this nation of breweries.
Yeah.
You know, every type of brewery you can think of is within our Chicagoland area.
But
Yeah.
this Ike and Oak place, it felt like when we went there, I was on vacation. Like you kind of roll up. We rolled up. I was like, I don't even know where this is. What is this? There's like houses, there's like building complex. There's like a theater. It's like almost a strip mall area. I was like, what? Where is this? What's happening? And then I don't know. It was cool. Huge outdoor.
Oak. I don't know. I can't say I know this joint. Like I can't say I've heard of this joint.
They opened earlier this year.
Okay.
I could only find. I think there was like either a porch drinking or a hop review thing about them or something, but there wasn't a lot about them.
I got another vacation coming on. We need to go hit the suburbs.
Dude, there is. I love Chicago. I'm a big fan of escaping occupied Chicago and doing some of the cool shit it's on the outskirts.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm definitely going back there. It was
Okay,
just
cool.
like a good spot.
Yeah, he started at Lagunitas.
Started Two Brothers.
Started Two Brothers, went to Lagunitas, then Beta Brow.
Beta Brow, yeah.
I never understood if he's got this IPA experience at Two Brothers and Lagunitas, that why fucking Beta Brow never brewed an IPA. I never understood that. So
Yes, they had like, I want to say like 12 beers on it, Ike and
on.
Oak, so good run. They had cans. I thought about picking some up, but I knew we had the Hazy Hero for this week.
you're
so.
like, I have to get home.
I gotta get home, and I don't know where I am. I'm not sure where Woodridge is, but I need to get out of
Get the
here.
fuck out of here. Yeah. Right on, man.
Well, that was good. And then one more stop for me was Eris.
The
Man, I went hard.
they made Eris. They made the news last week on how they're up for landmark status
Right.
in that space that they're in. Yeah,
Because they got a hidden water tower.
You know, because they hit the water tower, they're making cider and beer.
No.
Yeah,
That's the Green Exchange, right?
Yeah.
Has the hidden water tower.
yeah.
So just
Argus
pop.
was the Chinese, the Korean fucking.
No, it was the Jewish Community Center.
Yeah, but before
Eris.
it
Yeah.
was a Korean church too.
It was also a Masonic temple as well.
Yeah.
See,
There's been a lot of cool
all the
things.
things.
Yeah.
It's been all the things.
Yeah. And now it's a cidery/brewery.
Which
Yeah.
is freaking amazing. Shouts out to Michelle, doing great things over there.
It's an all-girl
with
band.
your all-women kick-ass group over there.
All-female crew in the kitchen.
Chef,
Owner.
owner,
Brewmaster.
Brew-
brewmaster.
Brewmaster.
Yes.
It's dope.
Women power.
It's fucking dope. Yeah.
So yeah, had a couple drinks there. They have a Bloody Mary that is beef based.
Oh, really?
So non-vegetarian friendly Bloody Mary.
I'm okay with that.
I don't know if it made it better. Like,
look, I just like Bloody Marys. I mean, and here's the thing: he the one who turned me on to Bloody Marys, and then he has the nerve to be picky. I only drink Bloody Marys on Sundays. Whatever.
I will also.
This was a Sunday. So
I will also have my Bloody Mary with bourbon. Thank you. Fuck your vodka.
I don't know. Yeah, but it was good. So, yeah. And they had cauliflower wings. So if you
We
are
had those.
vegetarian,
Yeah,
they were really
they were
good.
really
there.
good.
Yeah.
Wait, did you get the peanut butter dessert?
No,
Oh,
we
man.
were there for brunch. So like, I'm not doing. I don't often do dessert. So
Man, I'll tell you this now. Had you gotten the dessert,
That's why
that
me
peanut
and
butter
Brad had
dessert,
significantly different
it would have been a totally different
profiles
story.
on the fucking story.
It's addictive.
no.
It's addictive.
They're dessert fucks. But then you went inside too. I haven't been inside.
Oh yeah, that's right. You gotta go inside someday.
One day.
Yeah, that was my run. The only other stop I hit up was Peace for their.
Did you get a lobster pizza?
No, I didn't. But I had a light version of their Hefeweizen called like Light and Curvy.
Yeah, dark and curvy
Is
is
there?
a classic.
Yeah.
Dark and curvy. Well, it comes in the really cool
Yeah, and this one comes in that class too.
sand glass.
Yeah.
It's like this long silhouette Hefeweizen cup.
All right, Nick. What do we got happening this week?
What's so funny? All right. Cheers to the good folks at Argus Brewing.
Mm-hmm.
They were doing
They wanted us to roll out today.
right. We were gonna go out there today. We couldn't make it.
I said I don't think you exist, so I'm not coming.
Josh Death from Fucking Revolution told us that you don't exist. We open up the Beer Mistress book. You also don't exist, so we're not coming.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
I'm not getting murdered or anything going on here. I don't know.
They're doing Oktoberfest down there.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is their annual Oktoberfest event. They're in their community beer garden, right next to the brewery.
Nice.
In historic Schlitz Row, right off the Metro stop, off the Metro Electric line.
Oh, cool.
In Pullman, Illinois, which is Pullman, Chicago, which is a national park now. So I'm rehabbing the space in fucking South Shore, and you know, we're in the Pullman, and then Shalana's like, yeah, if you had this space in Pullman, you could get $25K for your fucking rehab.
You good?
And I'm like, fuck you, man. I want
Historic.
yeah, so it was designated a national park
Oh, interesting.
down in Pullman. My all-time favorite Pullman story, aside from Argus, like bullying me into conversations in alleys at 1 a.m. about what the top 10 labels in craft beer were. But no, but like Will Turner is a huge frisbee golf guy.
Yeah.
Frothin, right? And then like there's a frisbee golf course around an old Pullman rail card assembly plant.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's a decommissioned plant, and there's like now it's a frisbee
course.
golf course there.
Or frisbee golf course.
Yeah. So one of my favorite nights down there was just like playing frisbee golf with Will and all these brewers from all around the city. Because
Nice.
it's Will Turner, so he says come out there, everybody comes out.
Yeah.
You know.
Was that during Chicago Craft Beer Week?
This was like on a regular fucking fucking Tuesday night.
Oh, all right.
Right? And that's what made it cool. I'm
Nice.
like, dude, yeah, I shattered my phone. That's when I started getting like the Otterbox cases after that. I shattered my phone, and then
Right. You're supposed to use frisbee, not the
my,
phone.
my fingers bled. My fingers bled getting home, and then I started using.
Special.
So what happens at this Oktoberfest?
Oktoberfest. This is where they pour a lot of the Marzen from Argus, right? And then everyone who comes gets a gigantic stein, and then there's a band, and then they pour their alt beer.
Okay.
It's just a double alt that took gold at the Great American Beer Fest last year.
Nice.
Yeah, so they just had a party at Hopleaf for the return of that beer. So Golden Prairie is the brand it's like a brand that they're brewing there, and it's it works right. It works alongside what they're doing because like the brewmaster for Argus used to run this Golden Prairie brand in the '90s. So apparently, according to the Tribune, the brewers for Revolution and Three Floyds used to brew there.
Cool.
Yeah. So they're making these classic styles and they're bringing them back. So
Nice. All right.
double alt.
Cool.
Double
All right. So
alt.
check that out.
Yeah.
And maybe we might get down there soon. Maybe do a recap episode.
We should go down there next week.
Yeah. Okay.
We should go down there this week.
See how it went down.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So Shalana and I happen to be down that way today. We popped in for a little bit.
Cool.
And we're like, hey, what's going on?
That's trick.
How are things? Also, let's have a beer.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. I'm at your brewery. Give me beer.
Yeah. One of the few brew houses that sits on the second floor.
Oh, neat. Okay.
And they do a lot of bright tank and the cold storage on the first floor.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. What they were saying, they said they were brewing for Vice District a little bit. Which I didn't know.
Which we did not know that.
Yeah, I guess before they all closed down.
Okay.
Yeah. This crew, they had a little bandwidth early 2000s, so they brewed for Five Rabbit when they came on board.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
right.
they brewed for Beta Brow before Beta Brow got their own space. Right, some of the best beers that came from Beta Brow. Honestly, the best version of that Beta Brow Pilsner probably came from there.
Okay.
Right, because it was like super hoppy. Like it wasn't like in check or anything. It was like, look, bold, fucking brown, hoppy. Like that was with the Argus version. And then the Five Rabbit beer that took a bronze at JBF, the Five Lizard with the passion fruit, that was brewed at Argus.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, and it's one of the few crews that is 10 years old in the city. So yeah, had a great time with them.
That's awesome.
They gave us a few beers to try out. So we'll talk about that after the show. But that's a fun visit, man. Like I tell you, like. I've seen some of my favorite people this week, man.
That's awesome.
I hung out with Loose Keys on a Friday night, probably for the first time ever on a three brewery
I think so, yeah.
I saw the old boy Josh Riley. Saturday all day. Nick Lubavitch and the Byron Moore from the Argus crew. I got to see them. And really I think Shalana is the one that told me about this crew back in 2012 because she was doing a Girls Pine Out event. And the Argus crew, she was doing it with Argus, and then I came on after that because that's how I met them, was through you, I think.
Yeah, it was. I came back and thought, hey, these guys are pretty cool. That was the very first when I started getting into beer, and then I came back and told them about it, and then the next thing you know, they're like besties.
Right, because now at festivals, that Beer Hop Tacker looks like there's like his name, Nick Lubavitch, and then me, and then there's a Nick Paul that does he repurposes glassware and makes it into candle holders and I'm making shapes and shit again.
Okay. Just other
stuff.
Other things. Glasses.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Things. Just making it to stuff.
All
right, nice.
Yeah. Oh, but we're running on. This is a run on.
So that also this weekend is a 312 block party.
Yeah.
Yes.
All beers are $3, right?
Oh shit, that sounds great.
Yeah.
I don't know. In Philly, the 312 Block Party have Run the Jewels, Brad, and they have Run the Jewels pancakes on day 2.
I asked them about that. I asked them when I went to my meeting in Goose, and they were like, "We don't know."
There's an emoji for that shit.
Like, we don't know.
Shrug. That's the shrug one.
That's a
I
shrug.
use it all the time. I don't know.
Yeah. So
They're kind of upset too.
That means it's one full year of glitter money in our lives.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And Rick Wilson.
And Rick Wilson. Those are the acts last year.
Okay.
Glitter Money and Slick Rick.
I think I might go Friday for Jenny Lewis.
Right on. Friday. I think Friday is the one day I would go to.
Yeah, that's where we're going as well.
But last year I didn't get in, so.
You didn't get in last year?
No.
That party's intense. Like they quit letting people in.
It was a big line. They wouldn't let anyone else in.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. It was.
Okay, so this is a going to work early and leave work early type of day.
It's Goose Island. People show up for stuff.
Yeah.
They ain't like the old days.
And it's cheap beer. I think it's free to get in. You just donate.
Donate like $10.
Yeah.
And then their full lineup in most cases. Not saying BCS, but a lot of their offerings and a lot of their vault.
Sometimes the brew pub's open for other things.
Yeah.
So that's always a good hang.
Yeah. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Block party?
I didn't know Sunday.
Oh, is it Sunday too?
No, just Friday and Saturday.
Oh, just Friday and Saturday.
For sure, Friday and
Oh,
Saturday. Yeah. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't see
I'm like,
Sunday
oh,
on the
shit,
list.
because I can't go Saturday, so I'm like, all right, cool.
All right, just Friday and Saturday, then, I guess.
It's Friday and Saturday because it starts at like 4.
Okay.
It's that's a good hang. They run that whole block, both sides of the street. That's the end of the Chicago Brewing District. And then if you're feeling frisky, there's Metric Coffee There's Reinhold.
Great Central.
All that stuff's right there.
Yeah.
Finch might even be open that day.
No, probably not. On Tour is over there.
On Tour's right there. On Tour is probably the spot you want to hit if you're over there.
Yes.
On Tour, they go hard, and they have cool merch, and they sell coffee.
Nice.
There you go.
For now, until they stop selling that.
Yeah, we heard Atomics, the coffee that On Tour sells, that's been open for 19 years, is closing this week.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that they were open for 19 years. The only time I heard of them was when the one time we went to.
And the coffee's pretty good too.
Yeah, we got a bag.
I just went to their spot in Naperville.
Oh wow.
Oh, Atomics is out there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
This was in like one of the
That was Atomics.
one of the stores today. Yeah.
So if you guys don't mind, if I can push an event, is
Oh,
that
what
okay?
what do you
Is
got?
that
What do you
okay?
got?
What are you doing this weekend?
Is that okay?
What are you doing this weekend, ABC?
So, we have the whole hashtag IAmCraftBeer.
Yeah.
Liz, Garbe, and I, we're pushing an event. We're doing a meetup at Metropolitan at 7:30 on Saturday.
Nice.
So come on out. I think it's around the Oktoberfest
The
event.
Oktoberfest, I believe, is this weekend.
Yeah,
Might-
so
yeah,
we're
that's
just
good.
meeting up. IAmCraftBeer, come out, have some drinks, and meet up with us and have a good time. That's it. Nothing special,
Okay.
nothing like huge, but just come up and have
Just
some
kind of
beers.
hang and drink.
Hang and drink,
Nice.
and then hashtag IAmCraftBeer. So
Right on, man. That's an important hashtag.
yes, and we're meeting up at 7:30.
7:30.
Like
Metro.
because after I drop my kid off, after my kid gets dropped off for homecoming.
Is the patio going to be open?
You know what? I have to ask Liz that because she was talking to the guys at Metropolitan. So I'm gonna find that
The
out.
patio will be open from Bite Me Until Blow Me.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
They're getting salty.
From bite me to blow me.
Those are the hours of the patio.
Liz, listen, Liz. Let me ask you now.
So this is from noon to midnight. The Oktoberfest.
They're Oktoberfest.
It's
okay.
from noon to midnight, and they're a hardcore.
But their Oktoberfest has been out already. They're just
Yeah.
now celebrating.
Yeah, they're celebrating that day too. So
I had a pint of it yesterday.
that'd be a good excuse to get over
The afterburner.
to
It's
the
good.
pub.
I think they're gonna have a couple of coffee versions on that night or that Saturday as well.
Right on. When they figure out this situation with the patio, there's they sit right on the river, so they can unleash the power of the North Branch of the Chicago River, because you can stop right at a brewery.
Yeah, there's gonna
on
be
that river.
boat docks there.
So when that gets on, it's gonna be good.
Oh,
Yeah. IAmCraftBeer is a very big deal.
Yes.
So Dr. J from
Dr. J.
craftbeer.com.
Yes.
She got involved in the IAmCraftBeer hashtag, and it's all about eliminating bullshit and craft beer against people who don't appreciate all the different varieties that we have in this space,
Exactly.
right?
Yes.
So fuck them all. Yeah, right on.
nice. All right, cool. Anything else? Any other events? That's it?
That's it for events, man. Get down to our Oktoberfest. That's going to be a good hang. And, it's right off the train, too. So, you get in, drink some beer, get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
All right, we'll get out of here. Hour. It's our new.
It's been an hour.
It's always an hour now.
Can we say two more things on,
Oh.
on the news tip?
Oh, and the news. Yeah, I forgot the news.
Shout out to Loose Keys again. If you haven't seen the new intro to Chicago Beer
Check that
Fest,
out, yeah.
super excited. It's really fun. It's really good. And also, Modelo in Chicago took over the #1 spot for beer sold in the
that's
city.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
So the top 3 beers sold in Chicago are Modelo, Miller Lite, and Bud Light. And for a long time, I want to say 8 years running, it was Miller Lite that was the #1 beer in Chicago. Just recently, that was overtaken by Modelo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. So if you want to feel even more out of touch with the real world, just know that you live in a city where the top 3 beers
yeah.
are fucking
Modelo is the top.
Modelo, Miller Lite, and fucking Bud Light. Those are the top 3 beers in this town. If you want to.
Yeah, there's a lot of soccer happening, so it makes sense. There's a lot of soccer in this city. So.
That's it for news, man.
All right, we'll get out of here. Shalonda, where can people find you?
And you can catch me on Twitter at Afro Beer Chick or on Instagram at Afro Beer Chick as well.
How about you, Nick?
Right on, man. I'm on Twitter at Nicosio.
And I'm on Twitter at BRAD, Chicago Beer Pass, Instagram, Twitter. We went hard on Instagram this week. I think there's one every day
Put in that work.
check
Brad.
that out.
Put that work in.
And then website, chicagobeerpass.com. Everything gets posted there. Links to iTunes, Stitcher, and the YouTube version as well. And we're on Spotify, too. So check us out. And we'll be back. Actually, we'll be back with another episode this week. Because we're going to Midwest.
Oh, shit, on Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Midwest Beer Company. Thursday in Westtown.
Yeah.
Fuck
so
yeah.
look for that.
Right on.
Take care.
Cheers.
Go. See ya.